Hello my friends, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're enjoying this series. We are pushing out about 2 videos a week. If you are new here, me and my wife own this grocery store. We've owned it for about 2 years now. It is getting better. It is a struggle. There's nothing easy about it, but we love doing it and I love making these videos. So if you want to support this small business and this channel, please hit the like button and subscribe down below to follow along on this journey. We're all about personal finance, small business, and entrepreneurship. If you're into that, I suggest you subscribe. Thanks for watching. Let's get into this one. So we're having a pretty good day today. I can't complain. Felicia actually went to work today. I manned the store by myself. It wasn't bad, but I also had a lot of thinking that got done today, because when you're alone in a small store, you have some free time, and I didn't do much prep work, to be honest. So I wanted to tell you guys my confession. Now, don't judge me. It's nothing that bad. I may not recommend it to everyone. I have 9 different credit cards. 6 are for my small business and 3 are for personal usage. Now, these credit cards are not all used. I probably only use 2 actively, and 7 are just kind of held in a drawer at my house, just to reap the benefits of the welcome bonuses and the travel rewards when you get for signing up. Now, a lot of credit card places don't like this. They will put a limit and check how many credit cards you signed up for in the last 12 to 24 months. You do want to build this over a certain amount of time, and I don't recommend this to anyone if you're not in the right financial spot for this, or you're not able to pay off your balances. You don't want to buy things you can't afford just to get the just to get points and credits. That's not worth it. That's not what I really want to convey in this message. I use this method responsibly to travel for free sometimes, get hotel stays sometimes, earn points towards items, earn points to pay off balances. It just needs to be done in a correct way, in a responsible way, where you can keep paying off the balance that you have every month in full. You don't want to carry a balance. You don't want to pay interest, because none of this will be worth it if you're paying the interest rates that your credit card company will start charging you. Since there's a lot of money in and out of this business all the time, I try to pay everything on credit cards and then pay it all off in 30 days in order to reap the benefits. I barely want to write checks. I barely try to do e-transfers with people. I want to pay with credit, because that helps me build my credit score when I pay it off every month in full, and I also reap the benefits of the credit cards, reward points, things like that. So essentially, why would I pay anything with a check or e-transfer when I can pay off in credit card and reap the benefits of using this credit card, paying it off in full, and then, you know, taking care of myself with those points, and you know, just being able to pay off things in 30 days instead of right then and there when I grab the inventory is also a nice bonus to have as well. We are always told, you know, stay away from credit cards, stay away from credit cards, you'll eventually end up in debt. And that's kind of a traditional old school way of thinking. Yes, it can lead to consequences. Yes, that may be true. You will end up in debt if you overuse them irresponsibly. However, if you can strategically plan what you buy and keep track of everything that you're spending, and you're actually able to afford it, well then, you know, this is a method where you can take advantage of new credit card welcome bonuses and end up kind of saving yourself some money in the future on hotel stays, airline travel, and things like that. But I have noticed people try this method, and unfortunately they get into trying to get to the certain expenditure level to achieve that bonus, and then they realize, you know, they spent more money than they ever really needed to just to get the welcome bonus, or just to get a travel credit or something like that. So be very aware of what you're spending, and don't just chase after rewards that you weren't going to spend anyways. So just so you know, this is a high risk, high reward strategy. I don't really recommend it if your finances are in 100% order, and the basic rule of thumb is if you can't pay it off in 28 days, you cannot afford it. If you don't already have the money in the bank for it, you cannot afford it. So don't spend anything you don't have, essentially. This works for me because a lot of people are bringing in products and I'm paying by credit card, and a lot of people are buying these products and then I pay off that credit card after 28 days and reap the benefits of the credit cards. So it works in my situation because there's always a lot of money going in and out of the store, so I prefer to pay with credit card in order to, if I'm already going to be spending this money anyways, why not reap the benefits of a credit card, whether it be, with points taken off my bill so I can save money to buy more inventory to make more money, or possibly take a vacation if I ever get a second off here. Another tip that really helped me out in keeping track of everything was having a goal for my points, having a goal for my rewards. I wouldn't just keep accumulating different points and things on different credit cards without knowing what I wanted to do with these points. If I had a certain trip to go visit someone, I would accumulate points for that trip. If I wanted to reduce a bill that I knew I had coming up and I had a certain amount of points that I was building towards reducing that bill, then I would build towards that. You want to make sure you know what you're actually building and on which card. So keeping track of these things in a spreadsheet, along with their annual fee and how much minimums you need to make in order to actually gain these bonuses, is very, very advisable. You want to be able to know exactly which card has a certain annual fee. You want to know which card has a certain minimum. You want to know which card gives you the most points for the products that you're purchasing. So there is work to it. I mean, this is not easy at all, but if you're going to get into it, I suggest starting with a detailed spreadsheet on each card you have, how much the balance on each one, etc., because you will lose track once you start building past maybe one or maybe 2 or 3 cards, I would say. So at this point you probably think that more credit cards means more bonuses, which means more free travel. However, to be honest with you, on the other side of the coin is you need to spend the minimums on each of these credit cards in order to start racking in the points, racking in the credits. So it can lead you into more debt than you already started just to chase these points. You don't want to spend money you don't have just to chase points that end up with free travel that is worth less than actually just spending the money you had on the travel itself, rather than spending it on things you wouldn't need in order to gain points towards travel. So please be aware of the annual fees that come with each credit card. Usually what they'll do is they'll waive the first year, but the consecutive years that you still have this card, you will be paying, I'd say, between $50 and $200, depending on the level of card and the benefits that come with it. Will it be worth it to keep this card is up to you. Perhaps the annual fee is $50, but you get a free hotel once a year from it, so maybe the hotel costs $125, so you end up making your money back plus $75 saved because you get the free hotel and the annual fee is only $50. So you really need to work the numbers with this if you really want to be successful at it. I've been doing it for a few years. I have to say I stopped getting new cards right before I applied for my business loan for this business. So if you're looking to start, get a mortgage or apply for a big loan, or maybe even, go for a car finance or something like that, you may want to keep a hold on your credit card churning, because it will kind of set off red flags when people pull up your credit report. Now, it's not to say it will hurt your credit score if you can pay off the balance every month, but it will kind of raise red flags on, you have 9 credit cards open, what are you doing?
We're out of loonies and toonies.
I know that. I know we're out of loonies and toonies.
And fives.
And fives. My situation with the credit cards is a little bit different than yours might be. We have so many different people that are always selling to us, and we're reselling things as well, that it only makes sense for me to establish, credit. And to be honest, my credit score is even higher than it would be because I'm so particular on paying off each one so I don't pay interest and mess up the whole system. Because if I'm paying interest on a credit card and I'm trying to gain reward points, well, it cancels out the whole point, because the interest is probably higher than what I'll be ever gaining in points to go towards something that's worth any money. So that being said, yes, having too many credit cards can be a bad thing if you can't control it properly, but if you're meticulous enough to pay off that debt every month and you're only using them when you absolutely can afford it, well then you might see an increase in your credit score. I think the problem became when people are just given a credit card at 18-year-old and expected to be responsible with it, whenever actually taught how to use credit cards properly and what it actually means when you're carrying a balance and paying interest month after month after month. And we're never actually taught how to reap the benefits and the rewards that many credit cards can provide. So many people I know are in crazy credit card debt because they just feel like it's not their money, they can spend it when they want, and it almost just feels like things are coming to you for free when you go to the store and just charge on your credit card. Oh, I'll just pay the minimum payment. But that is what keeps everyone broke, and that is why so many people are scared of credit cards, because they don't manage them properly. They're buying things that they don't even have the money for. So let's say they're buying something for $2,000 and they only have $500 in their account. Well, I'll pay it off later when I'm doing better. However, you end up spending the money that you were supposed to pay off the credit card anyways and just keep carrying the balance, which is why your interest rates are so terrible every month. So with that being said, I would not advise you to start this process and try to get your credit card churning journey going right now unless your finances are in complete order. I mean, I'm trying to balance everything out myself still, so I would not start this process unless you already have everything in order. On top of keeping track of your annual fees, your minimum spending on each credit card, you're making sure you're paying off each balance after 28 days, you want to be aware of the new credit card offers that are coming out so you can take advantage of them. That's part of this whole credit card churning game. Just because it's the newest offer that's out does not mean it's the best. You want to, check credit card comparison sites to see which offer is best and which offer will be, best for you as well. So at the end of the day, that's another thing you have to add on to your kind of things to keep track of when you're doing this and trying to make it beneficial for you. It is the end of our day. What started off as a very slow day ended up to be very, very positive. Today we did very well in sales for some reason on such a cold day. So it just goes to show, even if you start off with a kind of a shitty day in the morning, and just know the day is long and people will generally come out after work around 4 to 6. So just don't be discouraged if the morning's so slow and you just feel like you wasted your time opening, because you always have to be open anyways. Just know the day is long and there is a light at the end of the tunnel. Usually it gets busier as the days go on, because if most people are working that come to your store, they're going to come between after their working hours, right? Maybe after 4 or 5 or 6 sometimes. So yeah, just stay positive. There's always a customer around the corner if you're doing things right. So we are ending our day. I'm doing something I never do. I never walk around with a camera like the old school vlogger style, but
I do.
Yeah, Felicia does that. She's kind of closing up our till and everything. She's taking some cash out of the till for herself like usual, because she's that kind of person. Yeah. She doesn't get paid enough apparently here, so she just puts cash in her pocket every night. Cash is king.
Not true.
I know.
Entirely false.
I wanted to show you something cool over here that we're starting up. We're doing our own house olive oil. This is a great profit margin. Anything you buy in bulk and split into smaller quantities seems to make the most money. So this is something we're doing, and putting your own label on it really helps, because people are here, they're like, what, I'm at the store and this is clearly something they're finding important, or they made it, or they have some sort of connection to it because their label's on it. Why don't I pick it up instead of the big name brand that I can get anywhere? Because clearly they'll appreciate it more because the owner's actually selling it and they'll see it running through their till. Just a psychological thing that seems to work in this store and maybe another small niche store like your own. Thank you for watching this video. This is Felicia and I checking out. We love you all, and please subscribe to this channel.
I think I checked out all day.
Yeah, no, you haven't been in this video. Please subscribe to this channel. Credit card churning is something that I wanted to tell you guys about. It is related to this business a little bit, But yeah, I never know how to end videos because I talk way too much, and that's great. Goodbye now.